Gather around, brothers and sisters, brothers of my soul, sisters of my blood. Hear the true history of Lilliput. Have you ever wondered the truth of Gulliver's travel? Let me tell you the truth, for I am the bard of Lilliput, who heard the true history from the old. Now, once upon a time, a cowardly man was saved by the countrymen of Lilliput, who was now called Gulliver. However, there were actually two Gulliver, Gulliver of Lilliput, and Gulliver of England. Although with the same given name, they had an entirely different characteristic. Gulliver of Lilliput was one of the most successful men in the country, loved by all people, the wise advisor of the emperor, not to mention the hero of war. While the guy from England? A coward and a fake, he brought nothing but trouble. When Gulliver of England first came to Lilliput, he did cause a huge sensation across the entire country, since he was the largest man we've ever seen, as big as the castle itself, as heavy as the greatest mountain. Yet, apparently, height didn't equal courage and honor. Gulliver of England had an excellent appetite since he was a large man, yet during his stay, he only ate the best food from our country, an endless desire for more delicacy and wine. After he left, almost a half of the country was starved because of him. When he stayed in Lilliput, he did nothing but bragging and whining. And he wasn't willing to move his slightest finger to help for the work, which I believe that with his great strength the people of Lilliput could work faster and more efficiency. But sorry to disappoint you, nothing happened. You might ask, how about other magnificent accomplishments? That's when Gulliver of Lilliput appeared. When the enemy of Blefusca came, it was Gulliver of Lilliput who persuaded the general of Blefusca to ship into the bay without any harm to both countries. He bravely went to their warship with a single negotiation flag, and with his witty tongue, he invited the ambassador of Blefusca come and had a chat with the emperor of Lilliput. Oh! And which part did Gulliver of England stood in? He, unfortunately, was walking around the beach then, when the first arrow flew right through his skin. And he immediately burst into tears, crying like a baby. It's truly a sight you couldn't forget. What else if you want to know more? Well, the palace fire. Please, everyone knows how Gulliver saved the palace. Yes, this was the Gulliver you used to know, the brave captain of England. The most ironic thing was that with the height of Gulliver, he only needed to walk 10 steps to reach the ocean and saved everyone from the burning fire. And as you know, he used the worst way to put out the fire. Until now, there was no one in Lilliput dare walk near the old palace, which had hundreds of history of usage, before. Till now, I know you were thinking, wasn't Gulliver of England a great captain in England? How could he seem so stupid and dishonorable? Well, who knows? Humanity was strange indeed. And the final thing you all wanted to know, the treason. The part that made everyone think we Lilliput were selfish and evil. The truth is, when Gulliver of England came to Lilliput, he also brought some kind of weird disease to the island. A disease that affected the mushroom on the island, which caused some unbelievable problem to us. Now, when Gulliver of Lilliput observed the strange size and appearance of unnatural mushroom, he directly presented to the emperor. In order to protect our country, we had no choice but to ask Gulliver of England to leave Lilliput this instant, which also caused a huge conflict between us. When we kindly built Gulliver a boat and enough food for his journey, he left us with curse and hatred, and unlike the story, he never turned to Blefusca for help. How do I know those things? When Gulliver of England left, I secretly hid in his pocket and went to England with him. And I saw him twisted the story of his journey that you thought you knew in his study room. Not until his secondary journey to Brobdingrag did I manage to find my way back home, once again to Lilliput, which was now called Brobdingrag. Oh, by the way, the diseased mushroom was indeed the mushroom from Alice in the Wonderland, which turns you larger.